This is Nicole from Soul Wash, and I'm on the spot. Hi, my name is Nicole. I go by Rican Power Girl. I am the owner of Soul Wash, a sneaker laundry that is located in the DMV area. We have 3 locations, one in Washington, D.C., one in Laurel, and also one in Baltimore inside Revival Hotel. So the love for sneakers for me started in the streets of New York City, Spanish Harlem, but it actually revived itself when I became a mom and my son was in middle school at that time, and just seeing the love that he was having for sneakers kind of revived that passion for me. So I became that cool mom that was always wearing the fresh kicks, so they used to call me Sneaker Mom. And from there on, it has blossomed into me actually owning several businesses within the sneaker culture. My dream was to always be an entrepreneur. My dream was to be an entrepreneur. I would have never in a million years thought that it would be in the world of sneakers. And in addition to that, also being a business owner with my son, as he is a co-owner of Footage Society, which is our sneaker retail shop, which was established in 2015. To be able to own a business in something that I love has truly been an amazing journey. I say, never limit yourself as to where it is that you could go. Footage Society was intended for my son to actually own his own business. When we opened Footage Society in 2015, he was a freshman in high school. Now he's 23. So it's been an amazing journey just to see him just develop from a high school kid, just wearing fresh kicks, being popular in school because he owned a sneaker store, to just a humble and successful young man. When I come into Footage Society, he's the one that's actually really telling me what to do, setting meetings, setting quotas, going through budget. It's just been an amazing journey just to work side by side with him through this world of entrepreneurship. So, and as I mentioned, in 2015, we opened up Footage Society, which was solely a sneaker resale shop. And we sell new, used sneakers, as well as traded and bought sneakers. So we were already cleaning sneakers to resell. However, clients began to start asking us if we could actually clean their sneakers. And we were just like, why not? Let's start offering this business. COVID happened, the world shut down, and the sneaker laundry portion was the only thing that actually saved Footage Society from closing down because it was an essential business. We just pumped that aspect of it. We put a hole on the side of our door, made that a drive-through, and it just grew. Our clients was just coming in just to drop off sneakers that for real did not even need any cleaning, but they wanted us to still be in the community because we are very community-based. And so from there we decided to officially launch Soul Wash in Washington, D.C. I actually still am shocked that I am making that level of history, to be honest with you. To be able to be the only woman sneaker laundry with a brick and mortar, because there's a lot of women out there that are cleaning sneakers, but to actually have a brick and mortar, be the only woman in the nation and the only sneaker laundry in D.C., it's unbelievable for me to be that person that's representing that this community. It was important for me to open in Washington, D.C. because my background is in the federal government. And I remember when I decided to leave the federal government, everybody was just like, what, you leaving this cushy job to clean and sell sneakers? And so it was important for me to go back into that environment as an entrepreneur. For me, to be a Latina, to be an Afro-Latina, to be Black, to be a woman, own business is extremely monumental. You know, for me to be representing many women of color, for me to be representing Latina women, for me to be representing Afro-Latina women in this culture is probably one of the most things that I am prideful of. Foot care in general is something that people don't necessarily think about unless they actually have an issue. The foot care aspect of Soul Wash is really to promote a healthier lifestyle. So we're not just sneaker care, we're also foot care driven. And we've had sessions on this topic, and it's something that is ignored, especially within our communities. For me to be seeing, I've cleaned over thousands of sneakers, and I see the insoles of these sneakers, and it's extremely alarming. You know, we're walking barefooted, we're walking in our socks, right, and then putting our feet, you know, in back into these shoes, and I know that it's causing fungus. It does provide limitations with through circulation, blood circulation, and it also can hinder you even further on the diabetes as well as heart disease. So it's something that it's not spoken about a lot, but it's a condition that a lot of people are struggling with. So it's important for me not to just talk about, you know, preserving your sneakers, but also taking care of your feet as well. We actually started that within Footage Society 7 years ago. We lended our platform to other businesses who did not have a brick and mortar. And so that goes from artists to designers of all sorts. And so even government officials that were, you know, campaigning and things of that nature. So like for us, it's extremely important for us to also utilize our platform to elevate other brands. And so we have also continued that in the Soul Wash side as well, where we sold items for others, local artists. We also promoted a lot of women-owned sneaker-related products as well. So yeah, that's something that it's, you know, I have had many helping hands in my success, and I want to be able to do the same thing for others as much as I can. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to contribute to that success and their success. The collaboration with Revival Hotel was a pretty dope collab and extremely unique. They also are doing it on a bigger platform, somewhat of what I do as far as elevating other minority-owned brands. And so I attended an event I attended a sneaker event to talk about Air Maxes, and it was a panel of women. And then from there, I introduced myself to the executive staff, and they actually were like excited to meet me and offered me the opportunity to set up there and provide cleaning services to not just their clients that are coming to stay, but also the community. And that partnership was originally only supposed to be for like 3 months, and we're going on well over a year now of working with them on a weekly basis. that's something that is dear to me as far as just giving back, right? And so I have developed a love for being able to give back, not just, to big organizations, but just to everyday people. And so we've worked a lot over the last few years with the mental health individuals that live in Washington, D.C. We've also donated a lot of sneakers. We've donated over 2,000 sneakers to different nonprofit organizations as well. And then also just to regular folks that come in, like, we just donate to them. But we've also have created an internship program for middle school, high schools, and college students as well to come in so that we could also help them in developing their own business or just gaining skills on the workforce. So we are now hopefully going to be launching a nonprofit organization soon that will capture more of our community outreach activities. One of my favorite parts about what it is that I do is actually protecting our community's investment. We are the biggest consumers of the sneaker industry, and being able to preserve these sneakers is a way of almost preserving, like, even the hip hop culture, our culture, how we grew up. And so for me, being able to revive a sneaker, it's almost like my little sick way of being able to just keep that culture alive and also bring value to our dollars. So I get a call from my sister. My older sister used to play basketball in Puerto Rico and used to play in New York with like Lisa Leslie, Reggie Miller's sister. Like it was like, and I used to go and watch these games. And so she calls me at the top of the year, and then I was going through a tough time with the business. Like, entrepreneurship is not always glory, but it's worth it. Like, the lifestyle is worth it. And so she was like, hey, have you ever thought about, branching off or reaching out to a lot of the local women basketball teams? And I was like, you know what? I didn't even think about that, right? Because I'm thinking that's like way too huge, I'm not realizing like how dope what we're doing is, right? So I'm like, they're not going to work with a small brand. And no lie, like I put it in my plan, and no lie, maybe less than a month later, a representative walks into Soul Wash in Washington, D.C. I have not contacted them, nothing. And they actually was like, one of the players provided your information. I believe she came here to do service with you. And at that time, everybody was masked up. So I didn't know who was who. And they recommended a few sneaker shops in DC, but we were at the top of their list. So we're and still are in Southeast. They're in Southeast Washington, D.C. Women-owned. Mystics, of course. I mean, the Mystics president is a woman as well. And they actually was like, you know what? We're going to just dedicate the whole night to you guys. We're not going to even go after some of these other sponsors, which have money to pay to do this, right? And so, yeah, and from there, we just have developed a great relationship. The event was super dope. It was one of their biggest campaigns of last year. And it was just awesome working with that level of a business, right? Because it is a business. And being able to really work together in that partnership, it was an amazing experience. And I also went in, and once we executed, I was like, I'm ready for this. Like, I was ready. My team was ready. We both had Soul Wash and Footage Society there. We brought in a local customizer that we work a lot with named Sneaker Fan Dam. She's been with us for the last 7 years. So yeah, it was an amazing experience. I get asked this question a lot, and sometimes I feel like it changes based on how I feel that month. But I believe what I would say is I definitely collect the Dornbeckers. That line is pretty much one for me that I truly love. I think it has there's a meaning behind that greater than just the silhouette. So I would say the Jordan Dornbeckers. I do have some Air Maxes and things like that, but the Jordan ones are the ones that I'm trying to collect the most. And also because they do, and the GSIs, they actually design also the box. Like with the GS sizes, we get screwed over. We get we don't get the special boxes and special laces and stuff. But yeah, I would definitely say Dornbeckers. The one thing I would like for you to think about when you think about Soul Wash is that when you patronize our business, you're actually also contributing to its community.